Well, hello everybody. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. If you celebrate and you're in the United States, happy Thanksgiving. If you don't, that's okay too. As the holidays come up, I will give a little word of advice there. You don't need to tell everybody what you don't celebrate, what you don't believe, or what all this sanctimonious stuff that I see on Facebook a lot. Just a little public service announcement. Today I want to talk about it's important to trust the process on a raw food diet. I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you'd hit that subscribe button now, then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. That's very important. I've talked to a couple of people in the last couple of days, and subs are like losing subs quick. So even if you're already subscribed to the channel, make sure you've checked that little box where you get notifications. And like I keep saying, and not just for me, not just, hey, please make sure you're subscribed to me, but it just to let you know, you might want to check all your channels that you're interested in receiving updates from. All about the process today. I want to talk about the process in a number of different ways because I see so many people that are impatient on this lifestyle out there. And sometimes you just, you've seen it, maybe even some of you that are listening to this have been through it, or maybe you're experiencing what I'm talking about right now. Look, most everybody has lived years and years and years, if not decades, eating, the way a lot of us grew up eating, the standard American diet, and a lot of times not even a very good version of the standard American diet. So we cannot expect to undo all of that overnight. We cannot expect everything, to clear out, be detox, glowing, lose all the weight, have the bright skin, have the bright eyes, in a couple of weeks. And that's the biggest problem I see with beginners out there is so many of them expect too much too soon. We see the big stories out there about the great weight loss. I lost this amount of pounds in 2 or 3 months, or I went from, you'll see before and after of like very bad skin to clear skin. And it looks like people, when people see before and afters, they don't realize sometimes the stories that came in between there, that it takes some time on this lifestyle. So you got to give yourself patience. And I think in that same train of thought, I just wonder sometimes, and I see people, I just wonder how many people, there's a famous quote I can't quite pull out of my head right now about giving up right before things are about to get better. But I just wonder out there how many people kind of give up on this lifestyle, get tired of it, get bored with it, frustrated, what have you, when they're probably very close to making some breakthroughs, probably very close to seeing some great results. To be quite honest, I don't talk about the whole detox thing a lot because I think there's just too many people that rattle on and on and on and on about detox. And I might have just kind of a bad taste for it in my mouth because I remember that in the beginning. Somehow that's all I ever saw, just people that all they ever talked about was detox cleanse, detox cleanse. But our bodies are going to detox as we are putting better things in, and mostly because we're leaving bad stuff out. It's not so much what we're putting in, but what we're leaving out. So something you might want to wrap your head around early is that you might feel worse before you feel better on this lifestyle. You might have some digestive issues as you're getting used to how much you need to eat, as you're getting used to what you can eat together, what combinations work, what combinations don't. People that have serious gut issues, it can just like that. I think they can get really frustrated because, if you're in pain or if you're in discomfort, you want to see something happen. And a lot of times it just takes the body a little while to do that. The same way with the skin. The skin is one of our largest organs in the body. So we tend to detox through our skin probably as rapidly or more rapidly as we do through our colon. For a lot of people, that skin's not going to clear up overnight. It's not going to clear up overnight. And I think I mentioned in a video recently, and I use her as an example in a lot of videos. Melissa's a great example of that. If you want to look at her after photo, always, always, always listen to her story behind it. As far as the weight loss goes, she lost a lot of weight, but she plateaued a couple of times at where she wasn't losing the weight anymore. Her skin Her skin didn't like go clear overnight. It was just like one of those things. She trusted the process. I think she's one of the best examples out there about somebody that just, kind of put her head down, did the work, ate what she should be eating, didn't eat what she shouldn't be eating, and trusted the process. What I always recommend, what I've probably recommended in, gosh, I don't know how many videos on this channel, and it's not very realistic. It may be a psychological thing with people, but in the beginning, for a period of time, forget about results. Don't even think results in your head. Don't think about weight. Don't step on the scale. If your skin's not clearing up, don't even look at yourself in the mirror. Well, that's not practical. You're going to look at yourself in the mirror, but like close yourself off to what you're seeing with certain issues. Don't think about results at all. Just put your head down, trust this process, learn, continue to educate yourself, and just trust the process. I want to keep going back to that phrase, trust the process, because it's going to take, you can't judge yourself, or you can't compare yourself to this person over here. You can't compare yourself to this raw foodist over here. You can't compare yourself to this YouTuber. You can't compare yourself to anybody. We're all different, and it's going to happen at a different rate for everybody. So just because you hear somebody say, okay, maybe you need to lose weight, just because you see these stories or hear somebody that lost like a pound a day, they lost 30 pounds in a month, or maybe they lost 60 pounds over 3 months or something. If it doesn't happen to you, don't get discouraged. Don't even think about the results. When I first came to this lifestyle 5.5 years ago, it was to me like metaphorically just doing that thing where you just put your hands out and you fell back and you just were hoping the universe was going to catch you. I didn't have a scale at the time. I really wasn't paying attention to the mirror. I wasn't, even though I was losing weight, I wasn't paying attention. I was just like all about eating raw food. I was about eating more raw food every day. I was about educating myself. I was about problem solving. When things, if I was like, okay, well, this doesn't quite feel, I'd give things time, but I was also always tweaking, solving problems, listening. If my digestion was doing something, I'm watching videos, or I would do some searches on Google, and I would see, oh, well, that makes sense. I combined this, and maybe that wasn't the best method of doing things. When I was, just like getting emaciated and having low blood sugar and couldn't eat hard. Every time I stood up, I got lightheaded. I was like, what's up with this? Is this some sort of a problem, or is this some sort of a deficiency? I figured out I wasn't eating enough. Low blood sugar, not enough calories coming in. So this is totally foreign. Your brain will repel in the beginning, like most people. Your brain will repel against this. Even though we talk about how it's natural, this is what we're supposed to live on: fruits and vegetables, whole unprocessed foods. It's not natural in the sense that you have so much programming. You have generations and generations and generations of programming that goes against this way of eating. So it does take a little while to figure it out. Like I say, all I can do is kind of keep going back to my personal story. Is like I say, I just put my head down. I somehow, instinct, intuition, I was at a certain point, I was ready for this, but I just knew what I had found, and I knew that if I just did it, that I was going to get results from it. And I did, and even the first year, I look back, and even after I was doing the raw vegan lifestyle for 1 year, looking back now, I kind of look back and I'm like, yeah, I would probably be kind of arching my eyebrows if I was watching somebody else doing that. But the point being is, it took me time, and I'm still learning. I'm still filling in the gaps. Even just this year, just in this calendar year, 2017, I've learned a lot about my body from the aspect of being able to, I've stabled it out where I don't have to like think and eat like a maniac all the time to keep weight on. I can actually gain some weight going to the gym. But it basically all came, I talk about that in a lot of different areas in life, about just trusting the process and not being so goal oriented. Or it's okay to have a goal, but once you set that goal, just put that goal off to the side and then just do the work. Just do the work. I watch a lot of motivational stuff. I watch stuff like Tim Ferriss, the 4-Hour Work Week. I watch Gary Vaynerchuk. Listen to people like Tim Robbins. Is it Tim Robbins? Man, I lose my Robbins. Anthony Robbins. Tony Robbins. Jesus, old man. And so many of these people, even if it's not about the food, so many people that are successful in life or have achieved anything, talk about that. You trust the process. You just put your head down, you do the work, and if you focus on the process instead of if you're always thinking about the result, you're not putting that time into the process. Put your time into the process and you will get to the result. So anyhow, I'm not going to keep on just rambling about that today, but very, very, very important that you do trust the process on this lifestyle. Please don't get impatient with it. If you have to make some tweaks, if you have to, educate yourself more. But I always hate it when I just see people kind of throw their hands up and say, yeah, it just doesn't work for me. And they've been doing it for a month or they've been doing it for 6 weeks. So anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Maybe give it a share from time to time, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Love you guys. Peace.